Part 2 of the IcoTec Medical Podcast. Guys, we took Sean Swiedom, an individual that's been working in the radiation oncology space for his entire career, coming over to spine and immersing himself in the spinal oncology world. He's brilliant, he's very thoughtful, he's touched by cancer, and you have to listen to what he has to say. Thank you very much. Come join us. Part 2 of IcoTec Medical. We are so blessed to have Sean Swiedom, the strategic account manager for all of California and beyond. Sean, thank you for coming and traveling in. We're having a wonderful event. We've invited some of the radiation oncologists and a lot of the spine surgeons. Sean, you have been now with IcoTec for how long?
Almost a year.
A year?
Yeah.
And then tell me your background, because you are new to spine.
Absolutely. So it's been a big learning experience. I've been in radiation oncology almost 20 years, a little bit of radiology, kind of sprinkled in there. And, just this product, IcoTec's product, has such an impact on radiation and cancer patients, spine patients. It's fantastic. So it's really exciting being here, learning the whole spine in. Like we were talking about earlier, I'm looking forward to getting in a case at some point here soon.
Oh, we're going to get you in.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Because,
Well, I look at it like this. IcoTec, and why we kind of gravitated towards them as a group, is just how progressive they are. So you might know my history. I've been working in carbon fiber for spinal oncology for 7 years now, with CarboFix. And I have to say, the approach with IcoTec, employing someone like yourself that has a radiation oncology background.
Yeah.
People said this is a product for radiation oncologists. I didn't believe them until I believed it, right? Having more conversations with rad oncs, it seems that way. So someone with your experience has been made such a tremendous impact for the organization.
Yeah.
You have a counterpart.
Yes, Clint Lord.
He's kind of the godfather.
Right. Yeah.
Of this, and I've learned so much from him. I mean, how did you find IcoTec? Who found you? Can you talk to me through that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a testament to IcoTec actually, and how forward-thinking they are, because they found me. So again, they started with Clint. He was the first radiation oncology guy. Once they realized not only is this a radiation oncology product, but we need to better understand radiation oncologists, the radiation oncology field, how our implants, how our hardware really affects radiation, and the oncologists who treat around it really and through it. And so kudos to them to having the foresight to not only have one radiation oncology specialist, but a second radiation oncology specialist to help bridge that gap between radiation oncology and surgeons, because like you said, and as you know, it's they're different fields, different languages, and being able to walk and talk both is very difficult at times.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I got to tell you, some of your previous customers, like Steve Chang out of Stanford, and talk so highly of you, right? And a lot of this business in the medtech is relationships. So you made some pretty strong relationships from your previous life, which was where? What was your last position?
So my last position was at Accuray, who's primarily known for CyberKnife, right? So,
yes.
It fits pretty well because I worked with a lot of neurosurgeons. A lot of neurosurgeons are involved with CyberKnife treatments. Yeah, and so a lot of spine is treated with CyberKnife as well.
Yeah. I mean, everyone who gets in this space has some sort of cancer relationship. It's so prevalent, and we've been affected in some way. Do you have one specifically that you can talk about?
You mean from a personal?
No, not personal. Just anyone, anything. Has there been someone for me, it's my mother, right? She's a breast cancer survivor, and it was such a crazy time and very nerve-wracking time. And I wasn't in the medical field at that point. I was in college. But we're all touched by it, right? But spinal cancer, there's not much information out there on it. So, I mean, just cancer in general. I mean, you kind of built a career off fighting it, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So kudos. And
absolutely. I mean, think to your point, cancer is so prevalent, almost everybody's going to be touched by it somehow, right? Whether or not you get it, you will know somebody or have a family member. And so I did as well. And it's kind of a family business. We're all kind of fighting cancer, several of us. But Yeah, my grandmother had lung cancer. I was lucky enough to be at MD Anderson, to get treated at MD Anderson, right? Fantastic place to be treated. And so they did a fantastic job with her. But her being able in radiation, being able to administer the radiation as accurately as possible helps not only with better outcomes when you're getting treated, but gives you more opportunity to be retreated in the future, which is what we see in a lot of spinal patients, right? You get recurrence. And you want 100%. To have options, if you can, to continue to be treated. And it's maybe not always possible, but when it is, it's like a godsend, right? And so that's where these, the accuracy and literally millimeters in treating cancer counts. And that's one thing that IcoTec enables. When you have metal hardware in your body, it kind of obscures radiation oncologists' ability to see and target maybe as accurately as they would like, which means maybe you get a little extra radiation, which means maybe there's a little less radiation you can get in a second or a third treatment. And so to have carbon hardware that does not create artifacts so that radiation oncologists can really be as accurate as they want to be in treating your cancer, it just, one, hopefully gives you a better outcome, but two, hopefully gives you more room down the road to catch cancer earlier, to treat it earlier, and maybe have more options to be treated in different ways down the road. So it's all about extending life, and almost, and this is the CEO of Variant 20 years ago when I first started in the industry, talked about how can we turn cancer into more of a chronic and a chronically treated disease, extending life and quality of life, versus then how bad it can go sometimes.
Guys, I hope you're enjoying the episode. I wanted to take a moment and show you what makes me work. Look at these Cafaro shoes. These are the double monk slip-ons. EJ Cafaro and the Cafaro shoes made me these. I got them in white, I got them in brown. You gotta check them out. Hit me up, I'll introduce you. All right, enjoy, we still got more to go. Here, and I've enjoyed learning from you and working with you on this endeavor. It's, like I said, I'm learning a lot. I mean, what do you see for the future of this technology and for yourself, if you can sum it up?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Carbon, it's very early stages, early days. It's becoming something that when radiation oncology teams have access to it, they love it and push for it. They want it for their patients, for the outcomes, for the best, to give the best treatments possible. I see it not just being used in patients who already have cancer, but I've already run into, a lot of people have spine hardware that I didn't realize until I was in this field. Yeah. When I told a lot of my customer contacts, this is what I was doing, they're like, oh, I have some screws and rods, whatever, right? Right. And then they say, Sean, why didn't my doctor give me this? I said, well, unfortunately for you, it wasn't around.
It wasn't around. No, truly.
They don't have cancer. They're young, but they know there's, they know the chances of getting cancer later in life. And then they know the chances of, after getting treated, of it recurring and showing up other places like your spine. And so they want their doctors to be able to see what's going on. And so, people very familiar with it, they know it's important. So I think long term, what they would like to see, people like that would like to see, what I would like to see is just carbon becoming standard, because it's kind of almost an insurance policy for down the road. I hope you never get cancer, but if you do, there's a chance that it will metastasize to your spine. And if it does, you don't want metal being in there in the way of seeing what's going on, right? 100%. And so, I think long term, we're going to see a lot more of it because it's so clinically relevant from that perspective.
Sure. I mean, I'll give you an example. We had in one of my areas in Arizona, world famous institution, a patient did research and found they were instrumented with titanium hardware at a neighboring hospital, and they did some research on carbon fiber. And at this particular institution, they have proton beam therapy, and they went back to get their titanium removed and instrumented with carbon fiber. Yeah. I found that, kudos to that individual for doing the research, but they had ties to the medical world. Sure. But for people that don't have that, I really have a passion for this. I've started a project called spinecancer.org that I'll be investing educational type info to it, media content. I have some of the biggest key opinion leaders in the spinal oncology world, and hope to do the same in the radiation oncology. Getting individuals a part of that so patients can see and learn what where to go find this technology. And I just want to say thank you for all that you do. And like I said, it's a pleasure working with you. And we've got more work to do, my friend.
Absolutely.
So thanks for being on this. Guys, this is Sean. If you have any questions regarding the material, please contact us. You know, you can drop me a DM message. I'll get you in touch with the right people, whether you're a radiation oncologist, surgeon, distributor rep, independent rep, direct rep even. Let us know. You know where to find us. Thank you again, Sean.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
All right, brother. Thank you.